Yo, brothers. It's been a while filming. Not filming itself, but filming while it's really bright. Because recently, I used to film when it's really dark, so that my camera, since it's just an ordinary iPhone, it doesn't capture my face well. And I don't have a lighting in this car, so obviously you guys can see nothing but my voice. Ha! But anyways, I'm heading back not to my house. Whoa, before that, today's gonna be push day. Not to the gym, to a freaking kindergarten where my friends work there. I'm just gonna pick them up and go to the gym together. So that's my option. I'm wondering about something though. Like these, let's say, couple months-ish, my back hurts, like really bad. Let's say, okay, I might exaggerate it, but I can't tolerate it. But especially when I'm driving car, it doesn't feel comfortable, which it used to before. As soon as I get my first car, I mean, this is my first car, but you know what I'm saying, right? I just got it on last December. So yeah, when I initially got it, and let's say 2 months, 3 months, it was totally fine. But as soon as is it after the surgery or just a normal? No, I think it was post surgery after like 1 or a couple of months. My back is not feeling well. The first problem was initially from the bed. So I probably should try going back to the previous bed and see how it feels like. Maybe that's gonna be a better option, but right now it doesn't feel as bad as it used to, because back then I used to put those, like, it's not a stapler, but you know, it's like a white thin sheet which has a chemical in it, and if you put it it affects it stimulates such an area with the coldness and medicine so that you will no longer feel those pain anymore. But recently, I mean, it's getting better for sure, so there's no much to complain about it, but still, it doesn't feel as exact as it used to be, and it's not comfortable enough getting on the car. And also this affects to my work, because I always kind of like sit on a chair, so it also, you know, freaks me the fuck out. Like, once in, let's say, an hour-ish, I have to like stand up and like like stretching something, like, I'm so tired, bro, I have to walk. So I've been like once an hour, or like, let's say once in a couple hours, I need to run the freaking vacuum machine in order to do something, but so like studying or like something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we don't have like a standing desk in my office, so when I want to do on those kind of like laptop work, I have to sit down on a chair. So it's like, let me walk and, you know, at least clean the fucking room, so that I'm doing something for my job, like, which it doesn't have to be me, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I need to do something. But anyways, I hope it gets better, and I hope it's not a big problem with it. But today, I am so excited about the workout with push, which I guess it will start from incline bench press, followed by dips and pec flies. And I'm gonna do push, so we also have to do triceps and shoulders. I still got something to do, I mean, work-wise, so whether or not we're gonna finish it earlier, we'll figure out together. But still, chest day only makes sense for me, at least, and I think for him as well, so I don't mind if it's gonna be either of them. I don't want to spend a lot of time in the gym, because it's too, you know, tiring, especially after finishing the work. But I finished kind of earlier. I'm leaving my office way earlier than usual. At least that's really a good thing. I still have to do something as soon as I get back to my house, but I guess it is what it is. Anyways, so followed by triceps and maybe shoulders, side delts. I haven't done side raises for a while though. I really miss it, but you have to like really have an emotion, which you use your legs, right? Like zack, zack, zack. So that's not a really good. It's not a really good workout for me since I had a surgery and my right knee's not on the place yet. But yeah, gym wise, life wise, nothing's not too bad so far. Of course, not everything is working out as I planned, but at least like we have to, process it one by one, going to the gym, finishing the work, finishing or whatever project. I haven't read any book recently though. Let's say a couple of months. I used to read a lot of books and all of a sudden, boom. Maybe as soon as I get a girlfriend, that's an excuse. Obviously, that's an excuse. But I really need to fix my lifestyle, especially with the commute time. This is killing my ass. So the only thing I'm doing while I'm commuting, let's say several things. While I'm stopping, I do text back or check the auction so that it helps my dad. Text back like those, to my friends, to my partner, to my coworker, whoever. And also I listen to those, not podcasts, but let's say Sam Sulek, Chris Bumstead. Who else I'm recently into? Those random YouTubes, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, more than often, Sam Sulek. How is he really good at explaining his thoughts? Of course, he's been doing it for how many years? 4 years, 5 years ish, right? So, of course, he kept repeating it with a plus motion. It's not slack enough, but repeating it. He kept putting a lot of effort on it. So, yeah. Actually, he was talking about a progression of your goals, achievements, some dreams and whatnot this morning. He said the video was from last Friday morning, but it was saying something similar, which is a cliche, but it makes a lot of sense that we need to keep putting effort and doing over and over in order to improve certain skills, certain, whatever the thing which you're aiming to improve on. And in my case, that's gonna be physique, English, and expression. Let's say, except physique, I'm noticing that it's getting way better compared to before. Physique, on a track, because I do use those apps which I can track those weights where I handle it from the workout, let's say exercise. It is improving. I'm let's say a term of bulking, if I have to say it right now. So I only care about protein, and otherwise I just keep eating. Still, I was trying to cut from April till July, and I tend to skip breakfast, so I'm not legitimately tracking all my macros in order to cut or vice versa bulk. But yeah, at least the observation I have is that as far as my exercise is improving weight wise, for instance, I've done 15 kilograms weighted dips a couple weeks ago, and I do 20 kilograms right now. I don't know much about the capability, so maybe I could have done something like 30 kilograms before, but I was even struggling to handle only my weight. So I guess it's a lot of improvement. I'll just keep tracking it and don't do ego lift, because I don't want to get injured and get a surgery again. That's so stupid. That's really stupid to do, so I'm really trying to avoid that. But apart of that, you really should try a lot to achieve something, which for my case as well, In most cases, it is real difficult because slacking off, let's say, or sleeping a lot is really comfortable. Let's say I was supposed to wake up at 6 and do some readings, surveys, researches, but I always wake up around 7:30 after I do recognize, or let's say notice, the ringing bell, ding ding. But yeah, I was oh fuck it, let me sleep a little bit more, which more than often and likely happens. Even this morning, I went to bed around 11 p.m. and I set the alarm at 6 a.m. But yeah, by the time when I really woke up was 7:30. So probably my body and my mind remembers that even if alarm binguses, it's really comfortable to sleep more, which in other words is making me slacking off from doing those serious things. But I do still have a decent excuse that I was working on my dad's projects until 11 p.m. just right before I went to bed. So that's at least a compromiser. It's not like I was literally slacking off and watching Netflix until when I go to bed. So that's at least. But if it could have, no, it could, yeah, like I said, it could have been better. If I could have done both of them, then I guess that's always better. And that's what I'm trying to, overcome it recently. But as I said, I think in order to do that, I really need to cut off my commute time. It's almost taking 2.5 hours on average, which I would consider it as a really long commute. But when I was using train, it was, let's say, around less than a couple hours. Bro, don't say that you're fucking stupid. I'm not making enough money to live around here, and the office is literally center of Shibuya. Let's say not those skyscraper Shibuya, but the Shibuya where my office exists is one of the most expensive place to rent a house, rent or garage or something. So I'm commuting from Kanagawa, which is kind of necessary unless I want to sacrifice not having a car or not doing anything entertaining. And then I'm really tired of that phase because I've done it for a couple of years. So instead of just pursuing your work, let's say gym, I would rather have my car and enjoy my free time and visiting my family more than often. So that's the choice I've made, pretty much. And moreover, next year I'm not gonna be here anymore, so I don't care. It's still we still have more than half a year, but it is what it is. It's tolerable because I've been working in this company for almost 5 years. Of course, it is manageable. I'm wondering if I switched out a company before I moved to, or let's say inherit my dad's company, and the environment is really clean. Damn. My workplace environment is not as, because it is really dog shit. The only reason why I'm still here is that there's potential. I can do whatever I really want. I was a programmer, but I'm doing sales recently, and I'm doing other office works and whatnot. So it's I can do whatever I want with, unless, let's say, as long as you can show the contribution to the work. But yeah, I'm starting to feel tired. Especially, it's really tiring that I'm not getting paid well, but keep spending most of the time for my company and not being able to do my personal things. So fuck this. And those unnecessary, let's say, business trips, bro. Probably my CEO wants to use those, company expense, but pay pay us more. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense. I submitted the presentation, slide deck for my promotion presentation, and my boss is gonna check it, but I kind of need to do it immediately. These inflation and everything is killing us, like for real. It's not like I'm gonna be starving, but I'm starting to like care about those details. Like, oh, I probably can only spend like 600 ish for lunch if I go to a grocery trip. If I do make bento by my own self, then it will be much better, but I'd rather sleep more, honestly. And I do cook in the morning and night, so let me at least, like, okay, if I'm in like really crucial situation, then I would, but in this case, not yet. So yeah, sometimes I do make bentos, so it's much more manageable, especially the macro wise. So yeah, anyways, it will be really exciting today. Yeah, I do realize I'll be able to take a video for post workout, so it doesn't have to be necessarily like super long for today. The yesterday one, it was rest day, so I just kept talking, but why not we just freaking pick him up and go to the gym. But just in case if I don't do that, as always, I really appreciate you, and I'll see you freaking tomorrow. Peace.